Let's get ready to story! I'm wondering how long I could just do this and you'll watch. It's this one! Dennis Boyne. Dennis Boyne, come on up! Is everything to your liking, sir? Here?
Everything's cool.
All right.
Thank you for picking me. Hi, everybody. Hi. My name's Dennis Boyne. I'm very excited to be here because I used to live in northeastern Pennsylvania in Mountaintop. I went to school in Wilkes-Barre, but in 1967 I graduated from school and I was eligible for the draft, which was a very scary thing in '67. We had a nice war going on, but I was able to get into the National Guard. And I was a member, I was sworn into Company A, 2nd Battalion, 109th Infantry in West Pittston, Pennsylvania. I was given orders to report to Fort Lewis, Washington. They gave me orders and a plane ticket that was leaving from Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, going to Erie, Pennsylvania. Yay? I'll pray for you. I'm sorry. Erie is great. So we're going from Wilkes-Barre, Scranton to Erie, Pennsylvania, to Cleveland, Chicago, and then Seattle, Tacoma. I get to the airport and I'm at the gate and there is a guy there. And I introduce myself and he also was going to basic training. And I'm calling him Joey C. from Carbondale. And we hit it off right away. He was a really nice guy. But he was shaking, kind of like what I'm doing right now, but he was shaking. And I said, "Are you afraid to go into basic training?" And he said, "No, I've never flown before." And I said, "Well, you'll love it. I've flown several times before, and it is so much fun. You're really going to love it. And we've got all these time that we're going to spend in airplanes. It's going to be great." Well, I made a mistake. Actually, I made 3 mistakes. The first one was, I'll let you sit next to the window. The second one was, I didn't tell him we're flying out of Avoca. Avoca is an Indian word for aircraft carrier. I have never seen an airport like that before. At the end of the runway is 300 feet drop. So if you're not flying by the end of the runway, you're flying, but you're flying down. And the third mistake was that we were flying Allegheny Airlines. Now, a lot of you young folks may not know about Allegheny Airlines, but it was incredible. It was known for its small planes, its wild pilots, and its nasty airline stewardess. So we get in the plane, and they rev it up. I don't know what kind of plane it was, but I think Audie Murphy shot it down. So they rev it up, and we go off, and Joey C. is looking out the window. All of a sudden, we get to the end of the runway, where there's the 350-foot drop, and he yells, "Holy shit! Are we flying?" And I said, yes, just calm down. Calm down. Well, this pilot hit every air pocket through the mountains going to Erie, Pennsylvania. And he is shaking. He's going, "Oh my God, we're going to die, we're going to die." No, just calm down. Enjoy the flight. Enjoy the flight. Well, to Erie is not that long, but we get to the runway to land, and the pilot missed the runway. So he had to accelerate and bank it to the left. Now Joey is on me, and he is scared stiff. So we land, 2 people get out, they shut the door, and we're going to take off for Cleveland. So we're taking off, and I said, now it should be smoother. We're out of the mountains. But to get to Cleveland from Erie, you got to go over Lake Erie. And he went, oh, Jesus, there's no land. We're going to land in the water. And I said, no. Then Joey said something to me that I will never forget. I think I'm going to be sick. Jeez, I don't even know this guy, you know? And he's going like this. I said, calm down. And I told him, there's a bag in the flap in your front seat there, bag in the flap. And he didn't hear bag, he heard the flap, and he threw up in the flap. So I kind of shut it like that. And I gave him my bag, for which he filled, and I called for the airline stewardess. Now, the airline stewardess looked like Otis Sistrom from the Oakland Raiders. And she says, what the hell did you do in the flap there? And I said, well, look, could we move up one thing? And she said yes, and we're bouncing around, and we moved up one. And he got sick, and he filled up the bag with the new seat and the bag with my seat. And we land in Cleveland. And we come out, and we're supposed to switch planes, and Joey says to me, that's it? I'm not going. And I said, Joey, we're in the Army. You gotta go. Tell him that I'm gonna be late. And I'm thinking, yeah, you know, the only reference I had was all those movies like, oh, I don't know, Jack Webb and the DI and stuff like that. Oh, sir, my friend's going to be late. No, I'm not going to do that. I said, I suggest you call him. I'm going to go. Goodbye. So I fly from Cleveland to Chicago to Seattle, Tacoma. I get there. 8 weeks later, I graduated from basic training. And they allowed me to go to the PX, and I did, and who's there but Joey C. And I said to him, how did you get here? He said, well, I called him, and they said, okay, come when you want to. And they did, and he said to me, we're graduating, and then after advanced training, I am not flying again. I just want to say one thing. I was listening to a record album of Jim Croce, and he had a monologue, and he was talking about Allegheny Airlines, and he called Allegheny the Vomit Comet. I am positive he got that name from Joey C. Thank you.
There's something about people from northeastern Pennsylvania. You just can't get a story without like puke or drinking more puke. God, this area loves puke.